How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are checking out the brand new Messerschmitt Me 410 here from Corgi, of course. This particular aircraft is from Kampfgeschwader to Holzhammer, and it was flown by, well, this is a mouthful, this one, Rudolf Abrahamczik. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And as I said, there is from a late 1943. I think he would fly around 233 combat missions, including actually 69 in the Messerschmitt 262. He would survive World War II, surrendering to US forces as commander of KG-51, I think. I do believe he would shoot down 3 aircraft during his time. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course, including 1 Lancaster bomber. And he himself would be shot down once, as well as actually losing 2 410s due to mechanical issues. Now, by August of 1944, he actually would be trained in the Messerschmitt 262 and fly them until his surrender. He passed away in 1996, aged 76. So we know from the first one the issues that this had with the landing gear. So it will be interesting to see. I doubt they would have made any changes, but that is the collector card you do get. So if you like your little cards, there is a limited run of 1,000 again. So, you know, if you do want one, get one while you can. If you can get past the issue that it has with the landing gear. They are, well, as you would have seen in the first review, and obviously other reviews from Mark and Rene, of course, on their channels, you will know that it does plague the assembly of this aircraft, of course. So you do get your typical stand. It is all plastic, and it has that long, these tended to snap off. I don't know if they've addressed that problem, like when you've had heavier aircraft, like Heinkels and stuff like that, because I'm pretty sure this is the similar sort of stand that the HE-111s were put on. All right, let's have a little look. The baggie of this notorious landing gear, as you can see, all those points that we've got to get into the holes at the exact same time. Yay, fun times. Alrighty, let's try and get this out. It does have the antenna already on. I'm just trying to think if the first one you had to put that on. I can't recall. But let's see if we can get some poppage. Come on. Yeah, little bastard. Jesus. The plastic's quite tight. All right. Let's have a little look. I'm looking forward to this one for sure. Hopefully it will not be disappointing. Boy, now be careful of the prickly bits. There are a few little bits in there, and straight away, the propellers are nice and tight. If you like your props tight, you will be happy about that. Now we'll zoom in. We'll have a look at the details now, straight out of the box, in flight. So for you in-flight displays, you will be really happy. It's got some great detail. That looks absolutely awesome. So you do have your 2 pilot figures in the cockpit there. That looks great. It's got the traditional markings on there, like the period correct ones, which is always good. Now my guns here were stiff on the first one I had. You can change the positions of these. Mine are a little bit stiff as well. Again, geez, I'm trying to work out where to hold this. But they should pull out a fraction, which they do. So you can pull these out and hopefully not break them. I thought I actually snapped that off for a second. They would be easy to break, so I would be very careful about moving these around too much. But the overall details on this is just fantastic, like the first one. The paint application looks really nice. If I can get my fingers out of the way, you can actually see it. Now this has got the night fighter livery throughout it, so there is a lot of darkness on the fuselage. Underneath there'll be even more. Yep, it's all black underneath. There is some awesome engine detail though. You can see the exhaust dampeners there. They look great. It's got some little writing underneath there in German, of course. You can see through the stand hole into the cockpit. As you can see, my hand going through underneath there. I mean, that's no big deal, but so be careful for breakage. It will be easy to break little pieces off this one because there's a lot of tiny pieces sticking out. But what you don't have to do is any assembly. Straight out of the box, if you're an in-flight displayer, you will be absolutely stoked, because all you got to do is chuck this on this stand. So you only have one job, and that's to stick it in your stand hole. So stick that in there, and there you have your beautiful 410 set up for in-flight. Hell yeah, man, this looks absolutely awesome. In-flight, great. Looks brilliant. Next, we're going to have to do gear down, aren't we? So what we'll do is we'll chuck some landing gear on this, but I won't put you through that. I'll see how well it does go. All right, we'll be back in just a second. Alrighty, here we are with it geared down. All right, we'll start at the tail wheel. So very straightforward. There's just small little gear bay doors that you put in, then you put your tail wheel in, and that is job done, that end. The main wheels, same deal with the gear bay doors at the front. Very hard to put in, and they drop out a lot. So I had to put some blue tack in there. The actual wheels themselves went in like reasonably well. That's why I've left off this side, just to show you the sort of the detail of the wheel well there. There is a lot of detail in there. And of course, this is the wheels that you do get. The landing gear, now it's got the 4 points that you've got to align, but they are made quite well. So you should be able to just drop it straight in, and it goes in really nicely. But as I said, the gear bay doors for the main landing gear are very loose, tend to drop out. You need blue tack, so with this one. But the actual fitment of the main landing gear went together beautifully without a drama at all. It does look nice, although that wheel looks a little bit on an angle compared to that one. But yeah, that's just my luck with models, I guess. But it does look fantastic. This whole aircraft does look nice. I think it went together a lot better than the first one. But it does have that gear bay door issue. So, but overall, very presentable model. I like it. I don't have anything totally bad to say about it. It's just got that little nuances with those gear bay doors. But it sits there nicely, of course. And how much does it weigh, though? All right, we'll see if anything falls off. Nothing yet. I say yet. All right, let us put it on here. And we've got, drum roll, we've got 225 grams. So that's not too bad. But overall, pretty decent effort here, of course. I like it. I think it presents well. It went together a lot better than the first one, for sure. But it still does have that little bit of an issue, of course, with those front gear bay doors, as I've mentioned a couple of times now. All right, let's wind up the video. Of course, don't forget photos at the end for those of you that want to see close-up pics. And of course, don't forget to punch the crap out of that subscribe button if you're watching and have yet to do that. Comment below, of course, if you've got something to say about the model or the video in general. And don't forget, if you did enjoy the video, some of those my way if you found it helpful in any way, shape, or form. All right, one thing quickly. Corgi have muppeted this up massively. I didn't actually notice until I was looking through some photos to put up with this video. The intakes are wrong. They're on the model, they're one on each side. Is it like the right-hand side, the intake's on the right-hand side, the intake's on the left-hand side? They're supposed to be both on the same side, both on the left side of the engine nacelle. And Corgi have got that wrong. They got it wrong on the first one as well. I didn't even notice it on the first one, to be honest. But yeah, when I was looking for some pictures to put with this video, oh, wow, I just realised it's like, oh God, that is a pretty big mistake. And yeah, that is something that's going to annoy a lot of people if you realise that. All right, I'll wind up the video, of course, by thanking you, the viewer, for dropping past and checking out another video of mine. I hope you enjoyed what hit your eyeballs today. All right, thanks for watching. You all have an awesome sauce rest of your day. Cheers.